Hi everybody. In this video we're going to do a few IXL exercises. We're going to be doing 8th grade AA9, solve a system of equations using substitution, word problems. Okay, so here's the first problem. Write a system of equations to describe the situation below, solve using substitution, and fill in the blanks. That's these blanks right over here. So here's the problem. A fashion photographer needs to hire a stylist to prepare his models. Ivan charges $198 for showing up, plus $70 per hour. Okay, so I'm going to pause right there and just underline this. And let's come up with an equation for this. Let's let T be the total amount that Ivan charges. And I'm going to put a subscript of I here. So I stands for Ivan. So this is the total amount that Ivan charges. Now the total that he charges is equal to $198 just for showing up. So if you show up, then you automatically have to give Ivan $198. Plus he charges $70 per hour. So it's not just plus 70, it's plus 70 times however many hours Ivan was working on your hair or whatever it is he was doing. So let's multiply this 70 by the number of hours that go by. Okay, and now let's look at this next sentence here. So here's another stylist, Shivani. Shivani charges $199 plus $69 per hour. So let's write an equation for Shivani. That would be the total that Shivani charges. We'll put a subscript of S there to say that this is the total for Shivani. That's equal to $199. So you show up at Shivani's, I don't know, style of, what do you call this? Salon, I guess. You show up at the salon and Shivani automatically charges you $199. Plus, you have to pay $69 times however many hours you were there. Okay? Now, the photographer, so we started with saying a fashion photographer over here. The photographer realizes that given the expected duration of his photo shoot, either stylist would cost him the same amount. So Ivan and Shivani both have slightly different ways of charging their customers. That's pretty similar over here. But this fashion photographer notices that for a certain number of hours, the cost is going to be exactly the same. So what would that cost be, and what would the duration be, meaning the number of hours? Well, so we're trying to figure out when is the total for Ivan equal to the total for Shivani. Now to figure that out, we're going to just plug in these expressions. So the expression for the total for Ivan is 198 plus 70H. So let's plug that in for T here. All right, and then we'll plug in the expression for the total for Shivani, which is 199 plus 69H. Okay, and then we're just going to solve this equation for H. All right, so let's see, I see plus 69H over here, I see plus 70H over here, so I have an H on both sides. So let's remove it from one side. It looks like it'll be easier just because 69 is smaller than 70. I can subtract 69H from both sides, and I will end up with a positive number. Okay, it's going to cancel out, of course, over here, but over here I get a positive number, just 1H, which is really just H. So now I have 198 plus 1H equals 199. And then let's subtract, this is like plus, we can treat that as plus 198. So now we'll subtract 198, which is the inverse of addition. So subtract 198 from both sides, and we get 1H equals 199 minus 198 is just 1, okay? And then 1H, to get rid of the 1, we can divide both sides by 1. Or if the coefficient is 1, then you don't even have to bother writing it. 1H is the same as H. So actually, in that case, I can just erase it. I couldn't do that if it were any other number. So the number of hours H is equal to 1. So what is the significance of this answer here? It means that if 1 hour goes by, so if I spend an hour at Ivan's salon or an hour at Shivani's salon, it doesn't matter because both of them will charge me the same exact amount. And if you don't believe me, let's just plug that in here. So if I replace this H with 1, then that gives me, let's see, 198 plus 70 times 1. So 70 times 1 is 70. That's not hard, right? And then 198 plus 70 is going to be 268. So if I spend 1 hour at Ivan's salon, then he's going to charge me $268. Pretty hefty price if you ask me. What if I were to spend 1 hour at Shivani's salon? If I were to plug a 1 in here, then I get 69 plus 1 is 69, and 199 plus 69 is again 268. So both of these people are going to charge me the same amount if I spend 1 hour in either of their salons. Okay, so the answer here is that either stylist would cost $268 if the shoot lasted 1 hour. Okay, that's that. Let's look at the next problem here. Ken and Jeremiah have summer jobs selling newspaper subscriptions door to door, but their compensation plans are different. Ken earns a base wage of $15 per hour, as well as $2 for every subscription that he sells. Okay, so what I'm going to do first of all is, just like I did before, okay, so Ken earns a base wage of $15 an hour, as well as $2 for every subscription that he sells. Jeremiah gets $4 per subscription sold, in addition to a base wage of $5 per hour if they each sell a certain number of subscriptions in an hour. Okay, so that's what I was thinking about here, because it looked like there were two variables here. One of the variables being the number of hours that go by, and the other variable being the number of subscriptions that they sell. Except this hours over here, it turns out that it's not really a variable that we need to worry about, because they're telling us here in the problem that we're only focusing on let me do that in a different color. If an hour is going by. So H is actually, if I were to let H be a variable to stand for the number of hours, actually I don't even need it, because it's always going to be just 1 hour. So really my only variable, the only thing that might change, is the number of subscriptions that Ken and Jeremiah sell. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and write the total amount that Ken will earn. All right, I'm going to write that as T sub K for the total that Ken will earn. So that's going to be 15. I'm not going to multiply that with the number of hours that go by, because we know that it's just an hour that was just going by. So we could multiply it by 1, but 15 times 1 is just 15. So we don't even need that here. So Ken is going to earn $15 for that hour, plus $2 for every subscription that he sells. So $2 times S, where S stands for the number of subscriptions. And then Jeremiah gets $4 per subscription sold, in addition to a base wage of $5 per hour. Okay, so the total that Jeremiah is going to earn, T sub J, is equal to, he's going to get that $5 for that hour that he spends going door to door, plus he's also going to earn $4 for every subscription that he sells. So $4 times S, okay? And now I want to know, if they each sell a certain number of subscriptions in an hour, they will end up earning the same amount. How much would each one earn, and how many subscriptions would that be? So I want to know, if this is how much Ken earns, and this is how much Jeremiah earns, how many subscriptions would they each have to sell in order to earn the same amount? So when is the total that Ken earns equal to the total that Jeremiah earns? And let's do an uppercase J there. Okay, so in order to answer that, I'm going to plug in the expression for the total that Ken earns, which is 15 plus 2s. All right, copy the equal sign, and now I'm going to plug in the expression for the total that Jeremiah earns, which is 5 plus 4s. And then we're just going to solve for s. So let's see, I have s on both sides. I can subtract 2s from both sides. So now I have 15 equals 5 plus 2s. And now I want to get the s by itself. Let me get rid of this 5 over here. So that's like, I can think of that as there being an invisible plus sign there. So I'll subtract 5, which is the inverse of addition. I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. And I get 2s equals, this will be 10. And now I can't just erase this 2 like I did before. I can only erase it if it's a 1. This 2 I'm going to have to get rid of by dividing 2 on both sides. So I get s is equal to 5. Okay, so if each of them sells exactly 5 subscriptions, then they'll both end up earning the same amount for that hour. Let's make sure that that's correct. So if I were to plug 5 in for both of these s's, then what would Ken end up earning? So 2 times 5 is 10, and 15 plus 10 is 25. So he would end up earning $25. And what would Jeremiah end up earning? 4 times 5 is 20, and 5 plus 20 is 25 again. So he would also end up earning $25. So if they both sell 5 subscriptions, then they would actually end up earning the exact same amount, okay? They don't always earn the same amount. If you were to plug a different number in here, then you would see that one of them would earn more than the other. But if they sell 5 subscriptions, they're going to earn the same amount, which is $25. So let's put that in here. They would end up earning both of them $25 if they sell 5 subscriptions in an hour, okay? All right, so I'm just going to end it there. All of the exercises in this, all of the problems in this activity are pretty much the same. There's only one level. You can see if I say, it doesn't even let me jump to the next level here. Usually teachers can do that, but there is only one level in this skill. So that means that all of the problems in this exercise, in this IXL exercise, are about the same as that. So I'm going to end the video there. I hope that was helpful, and have a great day.